Hey guys, welcome back to Beyond Boy, your one-stop shop for Beyond Meat news and analysis. So I'm back again today, guys, to give an update on the Beyond Chicken Tenders. We're just going to look into a little bit more detail of these things, with a finer tooth comb, as you could say. We're going to take a look at the ingredients here, which I was able to find on goodrebelvegan.com, which is a place where you can actually buy the Beyond Chicken Tenders, guys. Unfortunately, they're only available in Canada, so if you're in Canada, guys, I tried to buy these right away. They only ship within Canada. It might even be only within Toronto. So yeah, you guys might want to look into that if you're in Canada. If you want to try these, you might be able to get them from goodrebelvegan.com. But they do, fortunately, have all the ingredients listed here. This is like the only public listing of the ingredients I was able to find. So we're going to go through these really quick. And then we're also going to go through a couple articles here that show I'm amping up the production here, guys. Like I got a highlighter tool now. So I'm highlighting only the important parts of articles that I see, so I'm not just reading the entire thing verbatim, for no reason, wasting your time and my time. So I'm trying to, save both of our time with that, be a little bit more professional. So I have a couple highlights here, just explaining what people thought of the Beyond Chicken so far, what the ingredients do to replicate chicken and everything, just, going into some more interesting details. And then finally, I wanted to bring it all home with a person from my comment section who actually commented that he tried them and he gave them a solid 7 out of 10, and we are going to watch his review of them on Twitter. I thought that'd be kind of fun. Let's just get into this, guys. So right away we are going to get into the ingredients here. So there's only 4 main ingredients, being water, fava bean protein, which is also known as fava bean. I got confused there because I kept seeing it written with a V, but apparently it's also known as fava bean protein. So they have water, fava bean protein, breading, and flavoring. Those are the 4 main ingredients. And then obviously there's a bunch of sub ingredients that I highlighted in red here too, just so we can go through these. So the first thing I did notice though is that it does contain soy. So these chicken tenders are not entirely soy free like many of their other products. I'm guessing it's the breading that makes it that way. It's just very hard to make the breading without soy, which is fine to me because, as you guys know, I have a soy intolerance. I always talk about it. That's why I can't eat the Impossible Burgers, because they just completely screw up my stomach. Same thing if I just eat like a block of tofu, it just really just kills my stomach. And the reason for that is I don't think I have a complete soy intolerance, but I just have when something is made primarily of soy, then I have a soy intolerance, In the breading, soy is one of the lesser ingredients. So again, not too worrying for me. I'm still going to be able to eat them just fine. And I'm sure many other people like me who just have a soy intolerance to very high amounts of soy are going to be fine. And even those people who are afraid of being soy boys. Again, this seems like a very small amount of soy just for the breading. But anyways, guys, I'm rambling too much about the soy. They have wheat flour, rice flour, salt, cornstarch, pea protein, canola oil. A little shameful that it's not expeller pressed, wheat gluten, paprika, spices, dextrose, leavening, which leavening, if you guys don't know, is just a raising agent to raise bread in the cooking process of bread. So I'm guessing it's being used in the batter of this breading here, just a pretty common ingredient. Sugar, sunflower oil, dried onion, dried garlic, yeast extract, natural flavors, which is where all the magic happens, guys. This is where the quote-unquote Harry Potter magic takes place. And then for the flavoring, we have wheat flour, sugar, sea salts, dried yeast, vital wheat gluten, modified cornstarch, natural flavors again, expeller pressed canola oil. So that's kind of weird. They use expeller pressed down here, but not up here. So that's a little bit strange. Pea starch, methylcellulose, which is a binding agent, and 1% or less of yeast extract, refined coconut oil, salt, garlic powder, onion powder, sodium phosphates, spices, titanium dioxide for color, and sunflower lecithin. Yikes, guys, that is a long list of ingredients, It seems like with these chicken tenders, they have to have quite a lengthy list of ingredients, unfortunately. I would like to see less ingredients, but if we do count out the sub-ingredients here, actually, I didn't count them out at all. I'd say it's probably around 30 ingredients. In terms of the more concerning sounding stuff, the more chemically sounding stuff, guys, I did look it up. They are safe to eat or they wouldn't be in this product. But, some people just like to be really paranoid about all vegan products and try to say that everything in them is just poison, even though it's in a lot of other foods, and people are just very biased and want to hate on plant-based foods. But yes, titanium dioxide is safe to use by the FDA, and so is sodium phosphates, which, is contained in both of these. So again, nothing to worry about there, guys. For any of your paranoid anti-vegan friends, you could tell them that. But anyways, guys, now we're going to get into the articles here. Some of the highlights that I thought were very interesting. So we're going to start here with a CNBC article, which are always really nice because CNBC is always able to get some, very important facts that many other news outlets aren't because they have wider reach. You know, they're the biggest name. Just some very interesting stuff here, guys, that I did want to point out. So the tenders will be the first Beyond Chicken substitute available across the country in more than 2 years. In early 2019, the company discontinued its original chicken alternative, frozen chicken strips, to focus on its Beyond Burger. So I found this very interesting, guys, because I did know that they discontinued the frozen chicken strips, but I didn't know why. The demand for our beef products really started to pick up to the point where we really had to allocate all of our production capacity to it, said CEO Ethan Brown in an interview. So we decided to discontinue, which was also motivated by the fact that we wanted to make it better. Brown said the chicken tenders are priced so the products can be sold across the restaurant industry. Moreover, the company's recipe was created with scale in mind, so it can continue to reduce the price as the tenders become more widely available. So that's very important too, guys. They made this with scale in mind, so they will be able to provide, hopefully, to a lot of larger restaurants in the future, restaurant chains, again, maybe KFC, maybe even McDonald's with a vegan nugget. And lastly, we have Beyond wants to be aggressive in the poultry category with plans to release more meat substitutes under that umbrella, Brown said. However, the company did not share any details on when the free meat chicken tenders would be sold in grocery stores. Unfortunately, guys, we have no word on when they will be in grocery stores. I thought that was another very important thing because I was wondering that. A lot of you guys are probably wondering that. But hopefully we will see that retail rollout pretty soon. And the last article here, guys, from Vox, they were able to get some pretty good information as well. So their team of 200 scientists, obviously referring to Beyond Meat, examined different plant candidates. They're talking about for the protein used in these new chicken tenders, soybeans, peas, mung beans, fava beans, and so on, to figure out which one would be the best plant to supply the protein in their tenders. They found that when they isolated protein from fava beans, they could use heating, cooling, and pressure to reshape it into a structure that mimics chicken muscle, which again, guys, I think was very interesting to see why they chose fava beans, you know, because I was pretty interested, you know, because usually they use pea protein and now they're using fava beans. Yeah, again, I love these beans. I love legumes. There's just so many of them. They're so cool. They all have these different properties, you know. Many of you guys may not know this, but besides being a Beyond boy, I'm also a bean boy on the side as well. I love beans. They're very cool. White beans are my favorite currently right now, you know, but they switch up depending on the mood. Anyways, fava beans were also able to mimic the taste and even smell of chicken. In the lab, the scientists used an e-nose, an electronic nose that sniffs out the aroma molecules that come out of real chicken and then sniffs out the aroma molecules that come from various plants to find the right match. This was like crazy to me that they were able to do this. Like, this is the kind of shit that Beyond is doing in the lab. They have an e-nose that sniffs out the molecules. I just thought that was kind of funny and awesome at the same time. You know, that just shows the amount of dedication that they have to their mission here. All this technology going into it, it's crazy. And then down here we have the author of the article, you know, saying whether or not they think it tastes like real chicken. Although the tenders are mainly made from fava beans, I honestly wouldn't have suspected that they come from a plant if I hadn't known that before I took a bite. They tasted almost identical to real chicken, and the breading on them made them look convincingly chicken-esque. When I stripped off the breading to see what was under the hood, I found that the texture inside didn't 100% match chicken. It was a bit denser, though I'd say it was 90% of the way there. It replicated the texture of traditional chicken nuggets a bit better than top competitors in the freezer aisle, like Gardine's vegan tenders. So that's pretty awesome, guys. The author said that they couldn't tell the difference, and they also said that texture-wise, that Beyond's texture was stronger than Gardein, which is one of their huge competitors in the frozen aisle, and which many people actually end up saying is the best vegan chicken tenders out there. So again, if they can compete with the likes of them, that is very bullish, guys. We are hoping that they can outdo all the other plant-based competitors, obviously, especially Gardein. And then down here, she even had her grandma try it. So she said, I took Beyond chicken tenders to the toughest food critic I know, my 87-year-old grandmother. After taking a few bites, she said it tasted, quote, very good. Then I revealed to her that this was not real chicken. It was made from plants. She stared at me for a sec, then said, I don't mind as long as it tastes like chicken, and it does. It's a bit heavier, but if you hadn't said anything, I wouldn't have noticed. So there you go, guys. An 87-year-old grandma would not have noticed the difference. So I guess, you know, the grandma and the author said that they are a bit denser than real chicken, which is a bit interesting. So I am curious how heavy these things are. So yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for the article highlights. Just some pretty interesting stuff I thought you guys might want to know. And lastly, guys, we're going to bring it all home here with a Twitter video, a Twitter review from one of my subscribers, one of our boys, Sam Big City, doing the DD, guys. He got them from Sarpino's Pizza. So it's in Chicago. So he got these from Sarpino's Pizza in Chicago. If any of you guys in Chicago want to try this. So yeah, we're just going to watch his review and then pretty much end the video from there.
Here we go. Beyond Meat chicken tender. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Thank you, Sarpinos. Thank you, Sarpinos.
So there you have it, guys. Sam Big City said they were pretty good, had a nice big smile on his face, but then in the comments here, guys, he said they were a solid 7 out of 10. Which a 7 out of 10 is solid, but that's only a C. And I don't know, guys, I would say by his reaction here that he was reacting to more of like an 8. Maybe he's being a bit of a harsh critic here, guys, or maybe he didn't realize. Maybe he forgot how good they tasted. I'm just messing around, guys. I'm sure Sam Big City is being very honest here. But anyways, guys, that's going to do it. Again, thank you, Sam Big City, for the DD. I always appreciate it when subscribers are doing their due diligence and then filling us in the comments. Again, very helpful for anything I may have missed. And actually, someone did tip me off to the Beyond Chicken Tenders in my last video. I probably should give them credit for that because that was the only reason I did hear about it. So yeah, so also shout out to Acrosense. Without his comments, I would not have known that Beyond Chicken came out. I was slacking there, guys, on checking the news, and I saw his comments, and he alerted me to that. So again, love you guys in the comments that are doing that. I really do appreciate it. Helps me and the community very well. And with that being said, guys, that's the end of the video. Hope you guys liked it. If you did, make sure to give the video a like and definitely comment down below. Again, I love reading the comments, guys. I got so many comments on the last video. That was very fun to read all those comments. And lastly, if you're watching this video and you're not subscribed yet, and the idea of a Beyond Meat themed channel sounds cool to you, then please do consider subscribing. And with that being said, guys, I will catch you in the next one.